All right, so we are off to the gym, getting ourselves ready, and I want to give you guys a little rundown of what I have in my shaker. So you guys see me all the time with the shaker. This is the exact combo that I put in. We have the alphasuppsusa glycerol plus. So this has 10 grams of glycerol as well as another 2 grams of citrulline, not malate, L-citrulline. We don't do the malate shit in our products. If you guys don't understand, citrulline malate, okay, is a percentage of citrulline, which is good, and then malate, which is a complete filler. It doesn't do really anything. So when you have a 2-to-1 ratio of citrulline malate, what that means is you have 2 grams of citrulline and 1 gram of malate. So easy math, when you have 6 grams of citrulline malate, you only actually have 4 grams of citrulline, okay? The one has 8 grams. A lot of these brands do that because they make it cheaper. We don't do any of that filler shit. Now, we're gonna put that in there. We always do a little bit extra because we want those juicy fucking pumps. Next, my baby, the all-in-one pre-workout. Now, do you need the glycerol when you do the one? It's a little bit overboard, but you know what? I'm the big stew. I own the company. We'll go overboard. But economically, probably not the best combination with these two. I'm being very honest with you guys. This is created to be an all-in-one, but again, being the fact that I am the owner and I get this at cost, and I can put a little bit more in there. So, but the one has everything you need. Awesome pump matrix, 5 grams of creatine, enough kick you in the ass energy, as well as the Zoom XR, which is the caffeine that's sustained release, so you don't have any crash. We do 1 scoop, not 2 scoops. We don't dry scoop, none of that shit. And then the last product, and yes, this is not a product that alphasuppsusa makes yet. It is something we are working on, but I have to give it to the guys over at EFX. The Carbolin, their blueberry, the blue raspberry watermelon is my absolute favorite. I'm kind of like a sales rep for these guys because I do tell everybody how good it tastes. Just like all the alphasuppsusa products, they did fucking do a great job. We are gonna put 2.5 beefy scoops in here, okay? That is 125 grams of carbohydrates, okay? I also have about 25 grams of some kind of sugar candy in the car. We do a little insulin with that, and then post-workout we do the same thing. So we have the little shot of insulin, we have the 150 grams of carbs, 120 coming from the Carbolin, and a little bit of sugar candy because it's tasty, just so we also don't go hypo. And then we do 2 scoops post-workout with the Alpha ISO. Obviously, you can do any of the 7 flavors. I have the new packaging of our vanilla and chocolate here. Chocolate is my go-to. Vanilla is for the kids when they're doing their pancakes. Got some of the older fruity cereal packaging right here. These are coming soon, guys. I know that we're limited on the website, but right now, all the flavors are coming in with the new packaging. So stay tuned for that. If we're out of any flavors, we're really sorry. We've just been exploding with the demand for protein and the brand in general, and we're doing our best to kind of keep all those in stock. But this is what you guys see every single day. It does not change, okay? I will load this up with as much water as physically fit in here, and I'll drink this along with maybe another water bottle. So this is what's in it. We have the glycerol plus the one and the Carbolin. Future product of alphasuppsusa will be our own carb formula, but you definitely got to give props to other brands when they do a great job. So we're off to the gym. We're in at chest and triceps. Let's get it. Let's go. Boom.
He loves me, but he's the one that's passing stories around at this gym. Anyways, I'm trying to stay focused here. Done a few warm-up sets. We have these fucking chicks over here talking shit. I'm trying to get 8 to 10 over here. Serious workout shit here. So we're in a very slight incline here. I think we have like 10 degrees up, 15 degrees up. We already warmed up. We're not bringing it to the center of our chest. We are kind of bringing it like it is a normal incline press. I like this form because I can use a little bit more weight because it mimics what I'm getting from a flat press, but not staying completely flat. Does take some pressure off of the shoulders because we're not in a full incline. That being said, you don't get that kind of stretch that you would, the negative stretch I feel on the flat bench press. Some people can go and do the flat bench press, and other people, they're just looking for a pec tear, just because their body's not, set up for that. So we got chest today. We're gonna go through this workout, try to go heavy as we can. Feel good. Warm up felt really, really good today. So we're gonna try to push it as hard as we can and see what we can get from this. Those last 4 reps were tough. Trying to stay at that 10 rep range for the last set. I don't know what it is. Gym seems a little hot. I don't know if it's the sweatpants. We're gonna go into it right now. Last set of this. Goal is 8 to 10. Well done with that. We were only able to get 7 on that one. Body mechanics weren't perfect. Kind of had to shift ourselves in the seat. We did do full range of motion on every rep, as opposed to kind of just going through the bottom 3/4. Still a great set. We're gonna move on to the next exercise. All right, so we moved on over to the incline dumbbell. We already warmed up. Yeah, we were warm, but moving from a fixed machine to dumbbells, I still wanna go through a little bit of a progression. So I did about 3 warm-up sets until we get to our working set. We're gonna use the dumbbells a little heavier than we did last week as we're kind of progressing and getting into the dumbbell work more consistently. And let's get it, let's go. We're trying to get to 8 to 12 good full range of motion reps. Let's get it, let's go, big. Just bang that off. A little funny story from the other day. I was at the gym and I was kind of, just talking about what I do on a regular basis, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you just stay the same size you are, like kind of just maintain." And this person, and when I post this video, I'll tag them, basically was saying, well, now that you're that size, you don't need to do all the same things that you were doing to get there. Meaning eating the amount of food, training, gear, all those different things. And I just laughed and I was like, this shit doesn't happen by accident, guys, okay? Each to look the way I do, and respectfully, I appreciate the comments, but you have to eat the meals every day. You have to come to the gym every day. You have to take your supplements. You have to take your steroids. You have to get your sleep. You have to get your recovery. You have to fucking do every single thing to be at the top of your game. And I made that instance, like, when you're at the top, this is why most professionals start to fall back when they get rich. They don't do the same things. Kobe Bryant has always said, listen, when I got to the NBA, that shit was easy, because most of the people work really hard for financial freedom. And once they got that financial freedom, they didn't continue to work. And so what he's basically saying is, I got into the league, I'm as good or better than all these guys, but now it's time to outwork them. Each and every day he went in, outworked them, and stayed at the top of his game. While everybody else was fucking around, you can't maintain, even with the best genetics. Those guys have the best genetics in the world. Slowly but surely, things will deteriorate if you don't put that work in each and every day. So, respectfully, I appreciate the kind words, but please understand, this shit doesn't happen by accident. This shit is day in and day out. The second I lose motivation, the second I lose my discipline, the second I lose my consistency, the second I don't put the same effort, I will not look the same, 110%. Same with you, in anything in life. Your business, sports, your relationships, all those things. You need to put ungodly effort into those each and every day if you want them to be amazing. Let's get it, let's go.
Yo, guess what?
What?
Crunch Fitness, South Florida. I locked them all down.
Oh, nice.
I got my sign in all their gyms. Today's the first day we're doing the fucking, like, our official, like, what you call it, table setup.
Nice.
Yeah,
Which
bro.
one?
So we're in all of them, but the one that we're gonna be basically like
What's up, bro?
dealing with on an everyday basis or every week basis is Cutler Bay.
Okay.
It's sick because it's by my house, and fucking OM, the operations manager there, brother. She's like so sweet.
Yeah, it's really
So
nice.
they're like so nice, like, and it's crazy because I bought the corporate account just to have my optimal nutrition on the fucking like, treadmills and the TVs and shit. For 2 or 3 months, I never even stopped in there because I've always thought of Crunch as like a PF. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
One day I get an email saying, oh, you know, contract's up for renewal. It's a 3-month thing. I'm like, all right, let me go see like what this
what's
all.
all- yeah.
Bro, I went in there, fucking gold mine.
Yeah, no, those are nice, bro.
Gold mine. The one in Cutler is sick. We just renovated it.
My business partner has at his store, he has a Crunch like right next door, and they do all the stuff with him.
Bro, we're gonna.
It's helped out tremendous. I mean, his is like at a stone's throw. So like, you know, the LA Fitness is like from yours.
So my
He has
store,
that.
like,
Yeah,
in
he has.
relation, that's helped us a lot, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You must make a killing off of LA. I'm like, bro, actually no.
The LA is like the worst LA in Miami.
Like, actually, it's like everybody else is like word of mouth or.
But that's the worst. That's like the worst of LA and Miami just because of where it's situated, bro. Most of those LAs are filled with people. It's a different crowd, you know? They don't have the same trainers as Sam. Sam can come on here. Sam is... No, I get you. Bro, if you go to LA Fitnesses in other parts of the country, beautiful, bro. You go to LA Fitnesses in Texas, Miami and California, the LA Fitnesses are garbage. Just so you guys know. Don't go to LA Fitness in Miami or in LA. The LA ones are 1,000 years old, terrible, overrun. And the ones in Miami, the same thing. Got people screaming in this motherfucker today. Let's go. Whoop. Got some boys putting in the work over here, not just the big stew making noise. Oh, that shoulder looking fucking grizzly. Beefy. Let's go. Let's give you guys a little bit of a up close and personal on that. Move it on to the next one. First working set of our decline panada press right here. Weights locked in. Yep. So yeah, I was asking one of the other trainers if it's warm in here because I'm sweating like a fat kid. I don't know if it was the sweatpants or AC not kicking in as it should. But we're strong today. We feel good. We went up on the dumbbells. Even that last set, it felt good. which is great because I want to be able to push it up maybe next week, go it up there. So I'll call it the flat Smith incline dumbbell. We're doing a decline Panada press here. I'm probably going to finish with a drop set on the on this Panada press, and then we love to move from the decline over to the dips. Dips is one of my favorite exercises that I like to kind of keep in the routine. I'm pushing it today, so hopefully we can get reps at 15 on that one. Try to progress. Trying to get stronger with it. Try to keep that about 4th in the routine. And but the goal is eventually, even though it's 4th in the routine, we're still able to progress on the reps. So we're not regressing, which is a good point. But all the energy is put into the first 3 workouts or exercises, that by the time we get to the 4th set or 4th exercise, doesn't allow us to get any more additional repetitions. So I'm gonna try to continue to get stronger so that hopefully down the line we can do more than just 15. I don't know why I move my hands like that. Ugh. Quirks that I do. Yeah, when we go off on these rants and tangents, guys, I just want you to understand that, like, at the end of the day, those are for the people that are looking to get great, okay? I'm not speaking to the person that just wants to be average. I am not speaking to the person that, wants to come in here and just enjoy a little bit of the gym. So please understand that, guys. If that's you, okay, if you're that person that wants to come in here and just hit the weights to get a little bit healthier, to get a little bit better, fine. I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm not saying that you're in the wrong for wanting that. There's parts of my life in certain regards where I'm not trying to push myself to that crazy degree, but those are things that I don't really care or value that much. But if you want to be great, you're going to have to do extreme things. You're going to have to be different than the norm, and you're not going to be able to ease up. You're going to have to be full on, full throttle, balls to the wall all day long. Everything, every aspect. Because if you're not, life is a competition, guys. If you're not, and I might say like, oh, you're not competing with anybody, you're competing with yourself. Well, listen, to any degree, you're competing to become the best possible person you are. And your body is competing not to be the best possible person. Your body does not want to be an extreme, okay? Because that means you have to push it through uncomfortable situations, okay? It's the only way you get better. Pushing yourself through uncomfortable situations. Your body wants to be regular. It doesn't want to be fat, doesn't want to be skinny, it wants to be regular. It doesn't want to be fast, doesn't want to be slow, it wants to be regular, okay? Fuck me. Let's go. All right, so we got a nice long rest period in between a drop set and the next one, so we obviously got more than 15, but when I was getting ridiculed for my my clothing, saying that everybody can see my nipples, even though I don't want to hear it. We're recording right now. Fucking nonsense in the gym. Saying that my nipples are too transparent and sweating. Even though this is Miami and everybody has fake tits and their nipples are everywhere. Right? She says that my nipples are showing. And I'm like, this is Miami. Everybody has fake tits. Their nipples are showing all the time. I put this shit on YouTube. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get demonetized immediately. Or it might go viral. Either or, it's fine with me. That's more like it right there. That's that kicked the shit out of me. So when you have a normal rest period, it's a struggle to get 15. When you don't, body has a lot more time to recover and stuff like that. So I can get about 16 to 20. We got one more set on that. We are just doing chest today. Gonna come back in the evening and hit up triceps. So one of those days where I don't have the kids and I can come back. I love my kids. So I love spending time with them in the evenings, but you know, from when it comes to a training perspective, I ideally like to be able to break out my things. So that's just something that you guys got to understand. Like when you have family, when you have kids, when you have a job, when you have different things, you always need to prioritize those things, okay? You're not a professional athlete. You should not be putting those things, family time, work, all these things, to come second. So, like I said, my kids are not here tonight. I will be utilizing that extra time to put into more filming and breaking up the muscle groups. When I have my kids, it's a no compromise, okay? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have them come back in here on a school night to come in, even though it's more advantageous for my lifting to do so. My kids come first. We're gonna go, we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully the weather's nice. We're gonna go in the pool, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, with that being said, I know on the flip side, a lot of you new mothers, dads, you know, you feel bad about, you know, going to the gym and make all the excuses like, oh, I have my kids. Well, listen, you need that hour to get in the gym. So if you're just putting in an hour and you have to bring the kids to the gym, I see a lot of parents here, they'll stroll their kids into the gym and they'll come here for an hour. You need to do you. What I'm trying to say is when you're doing overboard, when you're doing 2 workouts a day, okay, that's when you're starting to say, listen, am I putting this bodybuilding, this lifting thing, whatever hobby that I have ahead of my family and the things that are important, even the job. See that happen a lot of times as well. Bodybuilders they're working out ahead of their job when, at the end of the day, you're not a professional. There's no fucking reason for that nonsense. Just to give you guys an understanding, because I see a lot of misconceptions here when you're doing this exercise. Okay, when you're coming from high and going down on a lower end, that is going to get the lower chest. When you come straight across, obviously that's the middle chest. And then when you come from a lower position and go up, that is the upper chest. Now, I find effectively that 2 of these are good exercises, and I don't feel that the upper, going from the bottom up, is an effective upper chest exercise, okay? I feel that there is a lot of front delt recruitment because you're kind of doing a, grab what you need. No, grab what you need, bro. You're doing a lot of front delt recruitment and doing the exercise. So I just don't find that being an effective exercise. If you're going to do something, I would rather you bring the bench over here and do it in an inclined fashion as opposed to bringing it up. So this version and or the flat version I think is a great fly, but when you do it incline, bring a bench involved or go do some dumbbells. This is not a press, it's a fly. We're not pressing like that. We're coming in, trying to get 15 reps, 5, 6, 5. Okay, and then what I like to do, we're gonna come over here. I'm gonna do some just close grip presses, body weight. Nothing crazy on that side, just to get a little bit more blood in the area. This is an exercise where you should be able to move pretty fast. We're trying to finish off the chest workout with a nice pump, but also something that's not going to overly tax your central nervous system. It's considered more of an isolation exercise. You're not recruiting because it's not a press. We're not recruiting a lot of our front delt and or our triceps to help press. Okay, we're gonna go right into it now. Next one, 15 reps. This is gonna be the 5th exercise today. 2 different kind of intensity techniques. We did a drop set on the decline. We also are doing a kind of a superset here with the fly into, you know, kind of like a body weight pump set of the close grip presses. And everything else was done in about an 8 rep range. On the presses, 8 to 12. And then, you know, the dips we did a little bit higher because trying to just recruit a little bit more on that side. So last one right here. So we finish off the workout nice and strong. We're gonna do kind of an extended set. So we're gonna do 15 here, do 15 there. We're gonna do as many as we can here in good form, and then as many as we can do there in good form. Okay, so it's gonna be a long ass set. Ready to go back in? Here, these are good reps. All right? Strong enough to press through them. We're gonna just do good. Get this in place. Oh.